Let's see what we can do with building masses. The tool that I'm going to use today is under building and right here in masses. Now let's first see what this tool can do. So for that I'm going to go back to the 2D of this drawing, and as you can see it's surrounding with quite a few building lots, and those rectangles here and those shapes are all top views of future buildings. But now I don't want to model them completely, at least not the interior part, but I would like to create building shapes first, and then I would like to show you what else you can do with building shapes. So let's just go back to the 2D, and first I would like to focus on smaller buildings that are actually appearing here. And those building parts are something that I would like to create based on these rectangles that we have here on the drawing now. Now I will use the masses tool and the conceptual building model, and this allows you to track something on your drawing like this one, or actually you can also freely draw anything with known values. But I'm just tracking this rectangle, and when I hit enter, the building with this tool, it allows you to set up building rules like the maximum height of the building, the pitch of the roof, and the horizontal elevation, the vertical elevation size here. Now these here are actually the same that the default settings, as you can see here. So it's B number, the value B is 8 here, and the value E, the top height, is 12. That's the maximum height. And actually I also have something called the pitch of this roof, and this should be 70 degrees. And note that this is measured from the vertical, so from horizontal it will be 30 degrees. So I just use this value and I click on for all sides, and now I have this nice shape like this here. Now also with this tool you can easily create something like for example, if you click on this side of the building, this building volume shape, then when you click here and use just use the 0 value here with the number with this value 8 or A, then you can just click on update, and then you will have an ending like this. And also the same thing, you can go around and repeat with the other sides as well. So now I'm just going to hit OK. So I will have this shape here. Let me just rotate the model a bit around so I can see this nice building shape. I can change the material, but now I prefer this one because I can see the volume appearing there, but it's not too direct, not too strong. So I'm happy with this result. And I actually would like to create 6 more copies of this building, so I just select it and I click on this one and click on multiply. I would like to see 6 more copies, altogether 7. And then I click on this edge and I will create the rest of these models with a simple click. So this is it. I actually have those, and just as a quick reminder, you can do the same thing with the larger shapes as well, and also using half roofs as well. So let me just do that here. So for example, if you just use the same tool with different values and with a different control like this, just hit enter, and I'm actually going to use the building height, the maximum building height is 25. Value B in this case will be 16.5, and the roof pitch will be 60 degrees measured from the vertical angle, the vertical plane. And then now instead of clicking on all sides, I just use this value here, and when I click OK, I can see that it's something of a shape like this, and this is what I wanted. And when you design a building volume with this tool, you actually continuously have a building information, building base area, volume, height, perimeter, surface area, and so on. So this is a great tool also for having a rough information about the building volumes that you have created here. So if you are an urban planner or something like that, this is a useful tool as well. So I'm just clicking OK, and then I have this building shape here. I actually would like to rotate that a little bit, like 90 degrees to this way, and I would like to create 3 more copies, like 3, and then I just copy this building over here, and then I will just quickly select these 2, and I will just move those back a little bit where they should be according to the site plan. And then I can just play around with these. I can rotate them. Well, I used the wrong size. Obviously on this drawing I can see it, so I can fix that, but now I'm happy with this result. So I'm focusing on a larger building part, because here comes an extra interesting thing, an interesting part that I would like to show you, that you can actually not just design a building shape as I did before. So let me just repeat this again. I'm just going to use this building shape, and intentionally I just leave this part out, because this is the new thing that I'm going to show you, is that once I have a building shape, this will be 28 meters tall, and click on update. And so once you have a building shape like that, then you can actually draw lines on this building shape, and you can use push-pull to create new shapes. So let me show you a few examples to that. So let me just zoom into this building part. And actually now it seems like it's only a plane, but actually it has its own sides. But edges behind now are set to be not visible. Let's just go back to here and set up transparency for the edges as well. So now I'm going to go back here, and then now I will use this surface of this building shape, building volume, to draw lines. Now first I just set the proper height, because it's not on the same level like this one. It will make my life easier if I just use the same value now. It's not necessary, but for me it will be easier to start from this line and draw a vertical line. And then when you start drafting, then you can click on the line tool, for example, and then you can select the surface, which in this case is the one facing towards me. And then instead of starting my line created here, I will just find this edge here, I mean this corner point here, and then I click once and I start drafting on this surface. And once I hit the proper height, I can also hold the shift key to lock the direction and then refer to this other corner point. So now I have one line here appearing, and then I can repeat the same thing around here. So let me just turn around and try to find this edge here. It should be some of the endpoints like that one. Click here, and again I will hold shift key on the keyboard to lock the vertical direction, and then I refer to this endpoint. So now I have something like this. And also I would like to create a nice entrance part here, so I will also create something like that. I start from this edge, from this edge point. I will go upwards. This time let's just use a real world value like 6 meters or so, and then horizontally it should be around, well, I think double this would be fine. Let's just say this is 12 meters, and I'm just going down towards to the floor, and I just either close this like that, or I just use the value 6 meters, and then I will use these for push-pull to modify the building shape, which was originally designed by building rules, but I can easily modify using the building masses and push-pull tool. So this is what I do now. I just click on this surface. As you can see, the software will recognize the partial surface because I already created an edge over that. And when I click there and I draw my my mouse, I'm moving my mouse towards me to this direction, and then I can type a value like, let's say this is for example, I don't know, like 5 meters, and then I'm clicking here onto this surface, and I repeat that with a similar value. And let's just change the camera point, and then, well, something like this. This will be, again, it was, I think the previous one was 5 meter, but I could also refer to its corner point. And then I just use this entrance part that I've created here. So I click here, and then I draw something like, I don't know, this should be only 3 meters or so. So now I have this building volume here, and I would like to, instead of just having a plain like glass surface here, which is kind of a pale representation of a real building here, I also would like to turn these into like realistic wall surfaces and so on, but I don't want to go into the details too much. So for this reason, I am able to use the masses tools, and there are several tools here for either creating walls on these floors, or creating slabs, curtain walls, and curtain walls as a whole unit over the surfaces. Let's just start with the first one. I mean this the slabs. So if I click here and I click on this building volume and I hit enter, then the software auto generates slabs here. Again, these are customizable objects that I can either pick. Before I do that, I can either pick one of those items here, one of those tiles, or I can just customize them later on. Still, the building volume is also visible, so this could be also a nice visualization of the levels of the surrounding building. But I can go beyond that, and I can also generate for example, walls over all the floors. So if I click there and then I click on this, sorry, I was in the command already, so I click here and I say create walls by floors, and then I select this building volume itself, then the software will generate walls as well. So into these walls I can place several doors and windows, and I can just right click on any of those and I can say, okay, this one I would like to change into, I would like to turn into an opening into a full corner window or a new door or something like that. So I can do all kind of things like those. And I can also use the curtain wall tool, just as you might remember from previous tutorials, that you can fully convert curtain walls into I mean walls into curtain walls. So you can say that this one here and this one here and this one here should be a curtain wall, and all the rest will be designed individually. But it's a very quick tool and a very easy tool, very simple tool to generate building surfaces and building shapes. Also, if I would like to turn these into like glass installations with glass surfaces like curtain walls, then instead of drawing curtain walls around these, I can either also generate slabs inside those items, but now I prefer to have like large curtain wall surfaces with these shapes. And so for that reason I will just click on this tool, and I will click on any of those, like this one and the following one and the following one, so I can quickly turn them into customizable shapes that are actually turned into curtain wall shapes. So I can change the divisions, the thickness of the divisions, the materials and so on, so I can just use whatever material type and visual artistic style I would like to have. And the same thing goes with the walls as well. So I would like to show you one specific option here. So if I go back and undo this last step and I turn this into something more classical like the previous one with classic slabs and classic walls, I would like to highlight that the software will also create cut walls like here. So if I just add the slabs first, yep, and now the software generates all the slabs here inside this building, and then I go with the creating walls by floors tool and I click on the same. Then the software will create those nice slanted cut surfaces, and I can also cover that with a slanted slab or a roof or something like that, and then I can go on and change the shape of these buildings as well. So actually this is how it works. The great thing is that you can either go and start with building mass based on a conceptual building model based on rules of the building shapes, or you can also use push-pull and create building shapes like this, and later end up with more complex buildings surrounding with plenty of details, but not with the need of modeling the interiors as well, only the exterior walls and glass surfaces and doors and windows.